ThePoptartCrpr, and today I'm taking a look at the first Wynncraft dungeon, which has been reworked in the recent update. This is going to be the Infested Pit dungeon. It's where the old skeleton dungeon used to be. It's the same concept, but it's been changed. There's a lot of new stuff in it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, if you have an old skeleton dungeon key, fine. I'll do them. I'll do all them, and then I'll come back. Actually, nah, I might record it. I'm out of mana. Come on, come on, come on. I'm dead. Sorry about that. But anyways, so if you have an old skeleton dungeon key, you'll want to come to this key exchange merchant in Debtless, and you will trade in one skeleton key as well as 26 emeralds for a Decrepit Sewers key. And this is the Decrepit Skewers. The Decrepit Skewers. Yeah, so this is how you convert all the old ones, skeleton keys, spider key, animal key, all that, into the new dungeons, because there are a lot new dungeons. There used to be skeleton dungeon, spider dungeon, animal dungeon, zombie dungeon, and silverfish dungeon. And now there's, which is like 5, and now there's, I think, 10 dungeons? Something like that? I'm not sure, actually. Maybe I'm misremembering something, but yeah, so key exchange merchant, this is where you'll get your keys, your new keys, and you can't actually purchase keys anymore from key merchants. You will find mobs near the dungeons that are they're like guardians of it. So like I know east of Debtless over here by the behind the alchemist shop over thing, by the Black Road, the spider, that's where the spider dude spawns. But yeah, so I'm going to go and find myself a skeleton dude. He will spawn right outside of the Decrepit Sewers, so I'm going to head off to Ragni. Where's my scroll? But I don't have the quartz contract. I don't need that. Here, I'll meet you in Ragni by the skeleton dungeon. Alrighty, I'm approaching the skeleton dungeon here. And so behind the skeleton dungeon you'll see the wheat merchant and all the zombies, which are now dead, thanks to me, because these zombies are weak. To me, at least. Oh, I mean, I have like the Oletta's prize spear, which is god. But so the skeleton key guardian will spawn right behind here, around-ish. So I'm gonna jump cut and then come back once I've found the skeleton dude. So I found out that actually they don't spawn just there, they spawn along the entirety of the Emerald Trail, so... the heck? Oh, I'm probably mislocated. Yeah, I am. That's a glitch with horses. Sometimes they'll completely mislocate you. But it doesn't just spawn right there in front of it. It spawns along the whole Emerald Trail. So I'm actually going to go on a little bit of an adventure to try and find me a merchant. Not a merchant, a guardian. Alrighty, so I found the general area where the dude spawns currently. They change all over the place. And so he spawned right here, and it looks like that guy just stole it and now he's respawned somewhere else. So now I'm going to go and find it all over again. Alrighty, I have found it, so bort and die. There we go, it dropped the key, and then the guardian, as you saw there, will spawn minions, then like little guardians, which will then spawn little scared skeletons, they're called, which are not neutral, they're passive mobs, Here's another one. Decrepit Sewers Key Guardian. So this can show the entire thing. So this is what he looks like. When he dies, he will spawn this guy. And then when he dies, he'll spawn another one of those guys. And then when he dies, he'll spawn a scared skeleton. Die. The scared skeleton doesn't drop anything. So now I have 2 Decrepit Sewers keys. And now I'm going to let that person grind more keys. And I'm going to head off back to the place. So now you know how to get keys. And I'm sorry I had to spend a long time working on getting the key. It's been 5 minutes now recording. Keys take a lot more work now to get. So I wanted to show how to get keys. And I may or may not show that again on future ones. I probably will, actually, just considering that they spawn in different regions. But the Decrepit Sewers Key Guardian spawns within the Emerald Trail, along the Emerald Trail. Aww. So, what you're gonna do, I'm gonna do a run of the dungeon afterwards. I've already done this dungeon 3 times. But when you have the sewers key... Sorry about that, my dog completely freaked out there. So, with the Decrepit Sewers key, you're going to right-click on the key collector, and it'll say you have access to the dungeon this time only. So then what you're going to do is... I'll put away that. Then, once you have access, jump down, just like that, and then you're now leaving the Decrepit Sewers entrance. Dialogue, question mark, question mark, question mark. You dare enter these sewers, human? This mistake will cost you your life. So, you just complete this extremely simple parkour, and then you'll see all these skeletal dudes, and they'll drop Decrepit Sewers tokens. So, for this stage now, this is a new thing. You need 18 tokens in order to open up the Decrepit Sewers. So, every mob except for sewer rats, every single mob will drop a Decrepit Sewers token. There's a lot of more variety now. There's crumbled skeletons like this, which are like that, and then there's these wailing skeletons, which are bleeding, kinda. And there's normal skeletal guardians, all that. So yeah, every single mob will drop a token. This is one of the normal skeletal guardians. And then, here's another new one. This is the, you stupid things. You killed it. It's a wailing ghost, I believe. No, not a wailing ghost. It's a like a annoying something. I don't know. It's annoying, but it's cool because it's invisible and it's like a ghost. You can die. There's 14. Here's another one. This is the tormenting ghost. That's what it is. And he doesn't have any leggings. He just has a chest plate and a head, and he's invisible, which is kind of cool. So it's like he's a ghost. There's 17, and now we need 18. And you can also toss these in individually, but I prefer to grind them all at once. It will do a counter, so it will stack. So like for every single one, it'll do a ding, ding, and then so you can throw in multiple at once, ding, 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 and you can throw them all in at once, ding, 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 ding. So yeah, and then it will open the door once it hits 18 total. And then, of course, it'll reset and it'll close later. Die. For later stage, then you'll need 26, I believe. So keep grinding tokens if you can. So you continue along here, and then there's a tripwire that right there that activates the next dialogue. You continue to trespass on my territory. You must have no value for your life. This dialogue is also new. My sprint ran out. You're going to need your full sprint for the next part, which is the parkour challenge. Yeah, very cool looking with all like the stuff pouring out here. And a dude, apparently, who likes swimming up waterfalls because that's what all living beings can do. So you just jump from here to here. It's pretty easy. If you fall, there's waterfalls all over the place that you can then swim back up. It takes a hefty bit of time to swim back up, but the parkour is fairly easy. You shouldn't have any trouble with it. And if you do, then, well, not my fault. Yeah, so for the next part, the heck? Oh yeah, it it took it, I guess, after the thing. So yeah, here you go. 26 tokens is what you need, and this part is an interesting part here. I quite like this. There are dudes on the side here which shoot stuff. So here's a new mob for this section, which is the Blazing Skeleton. He is wearing purple armor. No, not the tokens, the bone meal. Die. So he's wearing purple armor, and he shoots fireballs. And now you can't jump that way because that's actually part of the next stage after. Actually, no, it's not. But it's still the next stage, so you can't jump directly into it. You don't need to complete anything for this stage, but it's just a little separator. So there's 7. Die. Sewer rats will not drop anything. That's a little tidbit. So you don't have to go targeting sewer rats because they don't do anything. Die. So then this next part is kind of cool. You walk over this, and it closes up behind you, just like that. Witherhead, he leaves them to wither away. And there's like dead dudes, like on beds and everything. I mean, oh my god, this is so cool. I'm literally thinking that dead people are cool, but yeah. So then you'll just complete this next parkour stage. Nothing happens if you fall. Look, you just have to redo it. It's not even long enough to take fall damage. Well, it is in vanilla Minecraft, but not in Wynncraft. So, die. And now I will demonstrate this next part. Here, the blazing skeleton here shall die. That's not the next part. Next part is this. My sprint ran out. There we go. No, the bar is still low. So here's the dude. You can't get to him, but what you can do, walk over that, and it will raise up a bar just like this, and it's so cool. And also, that's a level. Well, no, it's not. It is a level 11, but all these dudes have 34 HP, and that one has 120. It's the same level, but look, that's so cool. It's little pop-ups. So there's that part where we spawned in, and that's why I was saying you shouldn't hop ahead. Well, not you shouldn't, but you can't. Die. Die. Bone meal. Throw away. So I now have 17 and 18. So yeah, you'll just kill until you get 26. You need 26 for this stage. Die. Get out bone meal. So there's 20. And you die. You die. Oh, I didn't kill him. Wow, I'm so bad. I'm taking like no damage though because I'm level 56 and they're all level 11. The only annoying part is knockback. Like, I've lost half a heart in the entire thing. Oh, there's 26 actually. If you go overboard and you throw in, nothing really happens. And if you keep one, then when you go to the next stage, nothing new happens. Oops. No. Stop giving me knockbacks, and it'll do its ticking. Die. Then the door will open, just like the last stage. Bort. And also, if you have any decrepit tokens left on you when you go through, they get wiped. And not when you go through, but when you complete the dungeon. So I'm going to let my sprint bar regenerate a little bit. It's only at halfway. So then the boss room is the Witherhead, which is level 15. And come on, sprint bar, are you fine now? No. Still regenerating. Okay. I honestly am not a fan of the new sprint system where you have to wait absolutely years for the bar to regenerate. I mean, look, it's not even complete yet. I'd rather just have sprinting not affect mana at all. There we go, good enough. It's back to full. So the door opens like that, you open. Witherhead, you've made your choice, now prepare to breathe your last. And it actually does take it when you enter the room. Again, little pop-ups, Witherhead spawns, these guys are level 8. Silverfish. So the Witherhead, he has a giant bow, and he has a head and stuff. And his attack, this is the perfect chance here, his attack is a quick fire with the bow. And now I'm going to literally 3-shot him. Or 4-shot. Complete. When you finish the dungeon, you will get 127 experience, 12 falling emeralds, 1 Witherhead's Rib, and 1 Decrepit Sewers fragment. The Decrepit Sewers fragment are these bone meals. Oh, I got a thunder powder. That's useless. And then the Witherhead's Rib is another form of currency. Now these are exchanged at the dungeon merchant here. With the Witherhead's Rib, for two Witherhead's Rib, you can get the Sketik, which is a wand. Class requirement Mage or Dark Wizard, level 7, plus 5% walk speed, plus 3 agility, plus 6% air damage. It has 1 powder slot, it's a unique item, has 7 to 10 neutral damage, 1 to 3 air damage. The corpse is a spear. Well, it isn't really, but it is a spear. It's a warrior or knight, level minimum 8, neutral damage 8 to 10, slow attack speed, 4 to 9 earth damage. I should say also the Sketik had a normal attack speed. Plus 6% loot bonus, plus 6% melee damage, plus 1 strength. 1 powder slot, this is a unique item, again, untradeable. I'm going over these individually because they each have different stats, like 7 to 10, and it's like different numbers in its earth damage or air damage, different levels even, too, and different attributes. The Stale, then, is a bow. It's a normal attack speed, neutral damage 12 to 16, water damage 8 to 14. Archer / Hunter, it's a level 9, plus 10% spell damage, plus 3 intelligence, and plus 6 water damage. Again, 1 powder slot, unique, untradeable. And the last is the Defibrillator, which is a quote-unquote shears. It's fast attack speed, class requirement assassin / ninja, neutral damage 4 to 8, thunder damage 1 to 18, plus 4 melee damage, plus 4 dexterity, plus 7% thunder damage. Unique item, untradeable item, 1 powder slot. And those are all 2 Witherhead's Rib each. And then there's Serpent's Kiss, which is a wand, Mage / Dark Wizard, level minimum 11, plus 75 it's 3 seconds of 75 times poison, something like that. I don't actually understand that number. Then plus 3 agility. Rare item, untradeable item, very fast attack speed. This is actually a pretty good one if you're a low level mage, which is really good because now you can actually get cool stuff at low levels now. I mean, mostly all the cool stuff here, like the Olex's Pride Spear, this is like a level 55. Then the Skullbreaker, the last one, is a warrior / knight. It's a spear, very slow attack speed, 18 to 26 neutral damage, level minimum 10, strength minimum 2. So you need to have 2 strength on your character menu. This thing, strength, right there. And then plus 8% melee damage, and this is the only one that has negative attributes. Minus 6% spell damage, minus 3% walk speed. So this will make you go slower. And this costs 5 Witherhead's Rib. And what I said, I've done this 3 times before, but I ditched all my Witherhead's Rib because my inventory was full. So yeah, as you can see, like, I have a bunch of Decrepit Sewers fragments on me. So, I actually don't understand. I should have actually 4, because I've only done it 3 times before. But yeah, and then armor, we have both of those, by the way, are 5 Witherhead's Rib. The knee, plus 38 health, level minimum 9, plus 5% XP bonus, plus 5 agility, 0 out of 1. I keep saying 0 out of 1. 1 powder slot, unique, untradeable item. Costs 2 Witherhead's Rib. And the Rib Cage, then, plus 58 health, minus 3 water defense, minus 3 air defense, plus 5 earth defense. Level minimum 12, plus 5 health regeneration, plus 6% earth damage. Rare untradeable item, 1 powder slot, and costs 5 Witherhead's ribs. And lastly, we have the Witherhead's Talisman, level minimum 12, plus 3% loot bonus, plus 4% XP bonus, plus 4% spell damage, and you put this right here. I have a generator amulet on my thingy, and this, you'd put that on your accessory slot, then the far right one, as it is an amulet. Then lastly, what we can buy with the Decrepit Sewers fragments are these 5 powders. We have Earth Powder 1, Thunder Powder 1, Water Powder 1, Fire Powder 1, and Air Powder 1. These are all 5 fragments each. Earth Powder 1 plus 3 to 6%, plus 3 to 6 Earth damage. This is also a tier 1. Plus 17% neutral damage to Earth. And on armor, plus 2 Earth defense, minus 1 air defense. These are all tier 1, by the way. Thunder Powder, effect on weapons, plus 1 to 8 thunder damage, plus 9% neutral to thunder, plus 3% on armor, that is, not 3%, plus 3 thunder defense, and minus 1 earth defense. Next is the Water Powder. On weapons, plus 3 to 4 water damage, plus 13% neutral damage to water. An effect on armor, plus 3 water defense, minus 1 thunder defense. And also what I'm pretty sure it means by plus 13 neutral damage to water, it means if you when you have water, like if your weapon has a special water damage and you hit something, it also increases the neutral damage. If not, then I'm a spoon, so. And then Fire Powder, plus 2 to 5 fire damage, plus 14% neutral damage to fire, and on armor, plus 3 fire defense, and minus 1 water defense. Also what I like is these are all color-coded, like water is blue and thunder is red, the text, which is cool. Then Air Powder 1, effect on weapons, plus 2 to 6 air damage, plus 11% neutral to air damage, effect on armor, plus 3 air defense, and minus 1 fire defense. And I'm going to grab, I think, yeah, these all have plus 3 something on their armor and minus 1 something. So I'm just going to grab another thunder damage so it doesn't take up inventory space. Or not. They don't stack, apparently. Derp. Oh, I see why. 1 to 8. No, 1 to 8. 1 to 8. 9%. What? Maybe they just don't stack. Ah, well. So then, derp. In Debtless, so now that I've gone over everything here, I'm going to head over to Debtless, just because it's a city. Go away. There we go. So now, I will show you a Dungeon Scroll Merchant. What? Oh, so if you have also here's another thing. I didn't realize this before, actually. If you have 2 Decrepit Sewers fragments, you can trade it in for a Dungeon Teleport Scroll, which teleports you to that dungeon instead of having to take it Ragni Scroll or whatever. I assume it still deducts a soul point, so you don't get out of that. So the last thing that I'm going to show you in this episode is the Powder Master. You'll find him in Debtless, at least. He has a purple flag on top, purple smoke coming out of the chimney, and purple essence coming off, aka carpets. Each Dungeon Master can be found with these attributes, and each Dungeon Master has a specific powder manual. So this is Chapter 1, you right-click on it. Chapter 1, the basics, and this teaches you the basics of stuff. Like, all this, should a weapon be enchanted with a powder, the powder will imbue the item with a slight amount of elemental damage, but it will also transfer basic neutral damage into its element. Stuff like that. It's the basics. You can also go on and read that if you want, and also pause now to read it if you'd like. Alrighty, now the last thing, Thunder Powder 1 here, so you'd click, add powders to your items. You'd click that, you'd click the powder, aka in this case Thunder Powder 1, and then you'd click your spear. So I could add it to my Fighting Spirit, then you'd click add, and it costs, for this one, like 6 emeralds. I'm not going to do this because I don't want to waste my stuff, and also, yeah, but yeah, so that is how you add powders to your items. And that finishes off the Decrepit Sewers dungeon. I won't, in the next episode, show, or in any future episode actually, show powder merchants or getting the. I won't show getting the dungeon keys. Yeah, so I'll just state where they are. So, yeah, sorry for the extra long episode. This is, 25 minutes? God, 25 minutes for a simple dungeon. So, yeah, hopefully the future episodes will all be shorter. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and this is ThePoptartCrpr signing off. Goodbye!